Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We're back. We're back again with Pulp Cthulhu Masks of Nyarlathotep. Unfortunately, Caleb is out ill this week, so we're going to miss him and Jaden this week. But LC is back in the hot seat this week. His computer is operating once again. So,
Almost.
almost. So we're gonna do another giveaway this week for another Call of Cthulhu starter set. So thank you to Chaosium for providing that. We'll do that somewhere around the halfway point. And we're also gonna have, which I just remembered I haven't started, the enhanced audio experience from Sirenscape. I'm gonna do that while everybody does their intros. Thank you, Sirenscape. And yeah, let's get into it. We'll do a roundtable and then we'll do a recap of what happened last time. So Pete, welcome back.
Hello. Hello. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Last week, sorry, I wasn't able to join in. My computer died shortly before the stream was supposed to start. So I had to cry in my shed on my own while I listened to you guys on my phone. Um, I'm playing LC, international cricketer extraordinaire, and now an explorer out in the jungle of Peru with his cricket bat, his rifle, and his very shiny cricket ball, ready to take on any danger, which it seems is coming our way now.
Mm, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
you could say that. I think
Also,
the
we've got
real
Traveller on
danger.
Thursday, so don't forget to come and watch Traveller on Thursday, and Star Wars tomorrow, and we've got Spire on Friday.
Machine gun it all out there. Yeah, Traveler. Jeff and I will be in Traveler on Thursday. Is Ben? Are you playing on
Yeah.
Thursday also?
Be a
I'm not.
treat.
No, I'm on the dodgy team.
Dodgy team. All right, we're the diplomats. Uh, Megan, how are you this week?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. So yeah, this week we played. So yeah, by the way, yeah. No, this week we played Talisman. For those of you just joining us, I had a nook underneath my stairs full of board games that wanted to play before we decided which ones we wanted to get rid of. And this week we decided to do Talisman, and it's lovely. It's a freaking lovely game. It can be as violent or as gentle as you want it to be. And my 8-year-old had a blast. She's 8.
It's great fun. One of my favorites.
Right? Oh,
Mm-hmm.
it's lovely. And you can go as long or as short as you want, and would totally recommend it. It's probably going to play it again this week. New box for it, but so I play on this spectacular game. I play Gwen Murphy. She is an aspiring artist that feels as though she is better than she really is. Decided to come to South America to get away from the craziness of New York, only to find that Peru has its own set of craziness and shenanigans that are ensuing. Been trying to aspire to be a better photographer. However, the last couple of times it has not been successful. So onward and upward.
Onward and upward. I like that. Yeah, sorry, Jeff's gonna die tonight. Oh no, yeah, Louis, yeah.
Louis, we're done with the
No,
character.
Louis.
All right, Jeff. Jeff, what do you got going on?
Yeah, I run a little group called Adventures in Lollygagging. We play tabletop games on the internet, twitch.tv/lollygaggers. We just finished up an arc of an Alien campaign last night on our channel, so every other Monday, and then we're starting up a new one in a couple weeks. I also just started up a Things from the Flood mystery landscape sandbox over on Free League Publishing. That's on the alternate Mondays, and starting next week, I think it's like the 19th of March, we're starting Delta Green. We're going to be playing Impossible Landscapes. So lots of fun games that are starting up all at roughly the same time. I don't know why I did this to myself, but that's what's going on. Yes, I am going crazy reading this Impossible Landscapes and playing in Call of Cthulhu. I'm starting to see some strange effects in my life. But I am playing Louis Salvatore, who is a hard-boiled private investigator from New York. And he came down to Peru basically because he just needed to get out of Dodge for a bit. He's got some questionable connections, or some people have some hooks in him, and he just needed to get out of here. And he carries a gun. He's quick to pull it out, and finally got to fire it last week, which was pretty fun.
Shoot him.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Once someone tells him to do it, it's like, okay, well, fine. If that's what you say. So that's Louis. Always looks like he's been in a fight recently, even though he doesn't really get many of them for some reason.
Yeah, it was rather out of character for Quentin. Quentin is starting to change. Speaking of Quentin, hello, Ben. Welcome back.
Hello. Thank you. Yes, hello, I'm Ben from Garblag Games. Sorry, brain fart. I was just thinking, crap, what do I say now that my Kickstarter has finished and successfully funded? Who am I even anymore? But yes, my Kickstarter funded successfully. So thank you everybody who chipped in on that with 4 stretch goals, no less. So that's pretty cool. Now I have to do some work on it. In this little game, I am playing the Right Honourable Viscount Quentin Aloysius Goff, a professor of history, anthropology, archaeology, language. And he had a little bit of a run-in with the weirdness last week and is currently sleeping it off in the truck after killing someone for the first time. And they call me mad.
Yeah, we'll touch on that, I guess, in the recap, won't we? Sorry, now Jeremy showed up and wants to know how much to kill Jeff's character. Everyone wants Jeff's character to die tonight. That's all the people from...
you kill half the people in an Alien game and suddenly they want you dead. It's
they show up the next day to kill you. All right. So what happened last week? Last week we camped. We continued our camping episode on the side of the road in Peru. Larkin tried to disappear into the nearby forest, but he was caught by Elsie, Louis, and Gwen. They followed him in there. Gwen, you approached him. Louis, you kind of circled around to get a better idea and see what he was doing in the dark. You couldn't really tell. And then all of a sudden you heard someone or something in the tree line near you. And you got Larkin out, and you watched and you waited. And eventually you caught a glimpse of a person, of a man who eventually came out of the woods. He let you know he was a farmer from nearby. He got lost hunting, and he just wanted to a place to sleep. And then the gifts going around in the chat. And then he said, no, I'm good. I'll just have some food and I'll move on. After you guys started to question him very closely, accusatory of what he was doing out there and his family surname and his farm name and all these other things. He's like, all right, I'm out of here. So he ate some beans. He tried to go on his way. And Quentin told Louis to shoot him, and he did. He shot him in the leg. and then Quentin followed that up with a shot to the head, right? Killing.
Yep.
The killing, I should say in air quotes.
In fairness, his face had turned into the big gribbly spiral of toothy do.
Right. So.
You guys believe that now, do you? You're not doubting me anymore on that front.
We never doubted you. We're just looking for confirmation.
Right. So it was determined. It was found that this thing was one of these Carisi, these vampires, these fat suckers, these creatures of folklore that you encountered previously. And so that's why it was determined then you're going to kill this thing. You tied it up to a tree. Everybody went to sleep for the night except for Quentin. Quentin stayed up all night watching it. Fighting off sleep.
Telling you it moved.
He claims it moved. He double tied it up, and he watched.
It moved, so I tied it up again.
He shot this thing right through the throat, right through the neck, and through the night he watched it slowly start to close up, and it moved and twitched. And he told the others of this in the morning. They didn't quite believe him, and as they were getting the trucks ready to roll on out for the day, he waited till the coast was clear, took his newfound saber, and hacked the head off of this thing and left it tied to the tree, and that's where we left off. Did I miss anything?
I think that's about it, yeah.
I think, yeah.
Jaden had a good heart to heart with Larkin.
Yeah, Jaden got a little closer to Larkin. He's confided in Jaden quite a few times now, and feels like maybe Jaden is the only friend he has here on this expedition team currently. But yeah, all right. So we did our increasing our investigators' stats after the session last week, so you don't have to sit through that. But we will do our luck generation that we do at the very beginning of every episode. So roll a d100. If it's higher than your current luck score, 2d10 plus 10. If it's lower, 1d10 plus 5. And hello, I think we have a whole bunch. We have some new people here in the chat. Welcome to Garblag Games. We also have a poll going. Do you think I will kill Louis this session? Right now, Blood for the Blood God is winning at 77%. And he's much too nice is at a 25%.
Blood for the Blood God.
There are like 1,300 channel points riding on you killing Louis at the minute.
No pressure. All right, I got to kill Louis today.
Listen, you gotta do what you gotta do. It's fine.
Oh, Bill. Excellent.
Got 22 luck points back.
Holy crap.
You are just the lucky one, aren't you?
I've rolled really well on those luck recovery. I mean, I had gone down to 14 luck because the time before last I'd used like 70 luck on one roll or something to make sure it happened.
All right, everybody's got their luck. Sorry, I'm watching the chat here. Okay, so let's pick up. So we're still driving. We're driving through the Peruvian Highlands. It's a 3-day travel by road, by truck, to get to Puno at the shores of Lake Titicaca, and then from there you're going to head out to the ruins of this pyramid, wherever it is. Let's get the truck ride sound effects going and Sirenscape for everybody.
Oh, Sirenscape! I knew I was forgetting something.
There we go. So
I find that it really enhances the game.
It truly enhances the experience. So, as you're heading further and further up into the mountains, you start to possibly feel the effects of altitude sickness. I need everybody to make me a constitution roll, please, as you continue on your travels of days 2 and 3, up into the mountains of Peru.
Regular difficulty?
Regular difficulty. Oh boy!
Oh my God!
We're getting some sick people. Not the vampires though. They're used to this.
Oh my
Seriously,
God!
Frail, sick as a kid, little Quentin is fine.
You like aced it. You're like perfect.
I'm going to use some luck to pass that.
Okay.
I'm not having it that LC can't handle a bit of altitude. I played cricket in Costa Rica.
Meanwhile, the asthmatic book nerd is sat there going, I don't see what the problem is.
I'm fine.
Oh, Jeff has already got a reroll. He's going to need it tonight.
Yeah.
Say.
Yeah. Keep going.
All right. So did anybody fail? Is it just Gwen?
Yep.
Do you want to spend luck or?
No, I want to
anything?
see how it goes.
Okay. So the effects of altitude sickness.
Regret
So those
this.
who experience altitude sickness display a number of symptoms related to thinner air. You're very tired, Gwen, the next few days. You experience occasional headaches, you're dizzy, and you find it hard to breathe.
Okay. All right.
Who are you traveling with in the truck right now?
Who did we decide last time? I don't remember.
We did divvy it up, and I don't remember, so I'll let you guys play musical chairs and decide.
Was
which
I
truck.
still up front with Larkin, or had Jaden swapped with me?
I think Jake.
Yeah, Jaden was
Okay.
basically taking that kind of calm Larkin down roll. Yeah.
So you're in the back with me, Elsie.
Yeah.
Excellent. So I'm with Elsie.
You're with LC. All right. One moment,
The-
please.
The
Hi,
two intellectual folk are together. Louis and
yes. Megan, high or low?
Low.
You're traveling in the truck with Jackson Elias, and he sees that you're being affected by altitude sickness, and he has traveled this landscape before, and he kind of sees that you're hurting. You know, when you guys stop for a break every once in a while, and he comes over to you and says, here's a little trick I picked up from the locals. And he takes out some leaves of some sort, and he rips a piece off and he starts chewing it. He puts it between his teeth and like gnawing on it. He says, "Here you go. It's cocoa leaves. The locals use it to counter the effects of altitude sickness. I picked this up last time I was in this area. I know exactly how you feel."
Oh, thanks.
So you're Nana.
I've got natural world before Gwen puts it in her mouth. Can I
Yes.
can I lean over and just sort of go, because he's a bit of a naturist. He likes plants and things.
That's not what a naturist means.
Naturalist. Sorry, he's both. There you go.
Sure. Yes, in your travels as a famous, I was going to say rugby, it's a famous cricket player.
I beg your pardon.
You have heard of this. It has come
It's a
up.
completely different sweater.
It is.
I'll have you know.
It is. You have heard of this. You've heard in your travels that this can, in fact, combat the effects of altitude sickness.
Okay. I won't interfere then. I'll just like look at, in case it was some sort of hallucinogenic, but you know, you never know what people are handing around out here with all this going on.
Yeah. Vampires everywhere.
Well, we brought one with us.
Is actually very different in effect and absorption to cocaine. So it does have much more of a beneficial property with fewer of the downsides. So she's not going to be like utterly wired and like
Pupils
talking about how she's the
dilated.
best person in the world.
Rubbing leaves on her gums.
Exactly. All right, so you continue on for another day through the highlands, and as you get closer to Puno, the landscape starts to change. It starts to turn into more of a countryside and less mountainy, and you start to see farms popping up all around you. It looks like there's many. The fields are filled with maize and potatoes. Quinoa seem to be the crops that are dominating the area the most as you get higher up into the highlands. You also see farms for alpacas and llamas, large herds of them out in the fields. You are very, very deep in Peru, and it is quite unusual in this year for tourists to come this far into Peru. So you are quite a sight, but you do make your way to the town of Puno. The trucks pull in. They basically head right for the center of town. There's a big fountain in the middle of town. When they park, you see a big, giant, immaculate church in this rather small, kind of shabby town. There's nothing else really going on to it other than this church. It almost seems out of place. But the trucks come to a stop, and Larkin says, we must arrange for pack animals from here on out. The trucks can't get us any further. If you like, just stay here, and I'll see what I can acquire for us. Switch over to the city of Puno.
I think someone should go with him. So I'll toddle along, just to, bit of backup.
Sure.
Got some dollars in my pocket, so
Some pesos.
Whatever money. It's foreign money to Elsie. He's like, yeah, throw it at people.
When you are getting out of the truck, you're offloading, you and the drivers, and everybody's kind of chipping in and offloading all of the gear off the trucks. The locals are steering well clear from all of you. Like, they see you, and you hear them utter things in Spanish, they point, and they just, like, keep a wide berth from the five of you.
Like a
Afternoon.
marketplace or outdoor food vendor or anything like that nearby?
There would be vendors nearby. Yes, yeah. There's one selling fruit nearby.
Oh, good. I shall approach the fruit seller.
Okay. Then you approach the fruit seller, and they're kind of like, they look up and they're kind of shocked when they see you. And
We're wearing a 3-piece suit and a straw boater, so
they greet
I
you
would
in
look
Spanish.
slightly out of place. I shall respond in kind, or endeavour to do so.
Sure. Roll me your standard language Spanish, please. Yeah, they start speaking to you, and you misunderstand, and you think they're telling you to go buy some fish. The fruit here is no good. Go get some fish. And
Oh, right.
And there's a fish
there.
vendor nearby. You are on the shore of Lake Titicaca, so there is quite a bit of fresh fish available here as well.
Wonderful. Let's go and speak to the fish vendor then and see what exciting goods he has for
The
sale.
fishmonger. As you go to the fish vendor, so Larkin wants to go off. Jackson Elias comes up to the rest of you as you're kind of unpacking the trucks. And he goes, "Listen, do you remember that contact I said I made last time I was here who warned me about De Mendoza? I think she's here. She told me if there's any sort of trouble, she would make her way to this region to hide out. And what we've encountered, I would classify as trouble. So I'm going to ask around and see if she's here, and we could maybe meet up with her. She'd have some more information about these ruins. Just stay here, and I'll come back and find you. Is that okay?"
Sure, it's good for you to be wandering off by yourself. Because as you just said, we just saw a bunch of trouble. Now you're just wandering off by yourself.
Sure. Do you want to come with me, Louis?
You know what? I'd be delighted. I'd be
All right.
absolutely delighted.
Very good. So LC is going to go with Larkin. Louis is going to go off with Jackson Elias, and Quentin is over at a fish vendor. So go ahead and roll me
Try and
your Spanish, please.
get there sooner or later.
Get that skill up.
So they're kind of like freaked out. Also, they look over at the vendor who had the fruit, and they're like looking at them, and they're making like gestures over at you, and so you make out like yes. What are you doing here? I don't have anything for sale. Nothing for you.
For sale? Are you not selling fish? Sorry, he's talking Spanish, isn't he?
Yeah, it's
So I probably don't have quite such an extreme British accent in Spanish. You never know.
It's broken
You're
Spanish.
not-
To them, you do.
My good man, are you not trying to sell your wares? We have quite a large party. We could purchase everything here, for example. Why are you so worried about selling your goods to us?
No fish. And he starts kind of like packing things up. And as Louis and Jackson walk by, Jackson leans over and he goes, "They don't trust you. They think you're one of the vampires. They don't see white people around here very often. The only ones they hear of are the vampires."
Oh, I see. So I'll turn back to the fishmonger and go, "No Carisi."
Oh, with the mention of creases. Oh, and he starts packing up his shop. And no sale. And he starts closing up early for the day.
No, I hunt Carisi. Yes, we're hunters.
Hey, do you want to make me a persuasion roll?
I'd love to. Don't count on it working, though.
That's okay.
That
Oh
red
my
wine
God,
you're
it
drinking,
worked.
Ben, is quite thick.
Excellent.
Wow.
You say I hunt Carisi, and he looks at the saber at your side. And he kind of stops. He slowly stops, and he stops packing up his fish. And he asks, broken. You guys are communicating through broken Spanish and English and whatever else.
He's clearly seen the look in my eye.
Yeah. No vampires here. No. He asks you what you want to buy. What can he sell you?
Well, I did want to ask about what you know of these creatures. We want to put a stop to them.
This is a terrible creature.
Buy into his folklore a little bit.
Again, you're not going to get like an intelligent conversation because you're both speaking a broken version of the language, but he'll say like Europeans, vampires, suck blood, or suck fat. Suck fat. Bad omen.
Hashtag not all Europeans.
You're probably the first European he's ever seen.
Where are they? Where do we find them?
He says in the hills around the lake.
Hmm. Do you know anything about the old pyramid?
No, I don't. I don't know anything about the pyramid.
Is there anyone in town who might?
He looks around. When you ask that, he looks around. Not at you, but just like at the general like area, the surrounding. And you can see he's hesitant. Like there's something on the tip of his tongue that he wants to say, but he's not comfortable doing so.
Well, we'll take all of the fish, my good man. We'll take the lot here. Do you take American dollars?
Yeah, he takes the dollar, whatever you hand him, $5, $10. He looks at all weird. He's like, never seen. American money does not make it this far out of Lima typically, so he's looking.
Yeah,
at it
so
all
I'll give
strange.
him like $10 for the fish, and I imagine it's probably more than the fish is worth.
Oh yeah, way more than the fish is worth. So he takes it, and he'll give you the all of his fresh fish that he's caught this day.
Are you sure there isn't anybody else I could speak to?
Do you have charm? Do you want to roll charm?
I do not have charm.
Just roll it
Can
anyway.
Try and roll it. Hang on, let me give it to myself. Hang on, got to get the right skills. Skills. Unlock skills. Transfer skill. There we go. Now I've got charm.
You're a charming fella.
Oh, I am quite charming, as it turns out.
But not charming enough.
Not charming enough, no.
He says, no. There's nobody who can help you, and be careful. Stay away from the hills at night.
Okay, jolly good. Thank you. And I'll call over one of the drivers. Jorge, we've bought all this fish for dinner.
He looks at you like, what am I supposed to do with this? See, Mr. Quinton.
Seth's just given me a reroll and ordered me to try and charm him again.
All right, charm him again. Oh my goodness, he's scared. He's convinced you're a vampire.
Worse.
Oh my god, he is a Carisi. He sees the saber and he sees the blood stain on some of the metal that you didn't clean off, and he packs up his shop and he leaves for the day. And yes, the driver will come over. He'll help you grab your fish that you purchased. Gwen, is there anything you'd like to be doing while this is going on? You're there at the trucks.
So I'm sitting in the shade. Like, are there people walking around? Like,
there are
they...
people milling about. So you're like in the center of a town. Like I said, there's a big fountain in the center, big open area. That's why all these trucks that you drove in have parked there. And there's people everywhere. They're milling about. There are shops set up here and there. You can see the edge of the lake not too far away, and you'll see that big grand church.
So is there any particular person that is taking an interest in us there? Like, so I'm sitting there by the truck, and essentially I want to sketch somebody.
Sketch someone? Yeah. You want to sketch someone? Anybody in particular? Is there someone or something you want to look for?
Over by the church, because if I'm envisioning it correctly, you've got the big old church with the lake beside it and so forth, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Excellent. So, if I could pick, there would be some children ideally playing in front of the
Pay some children to pose for your.
Not paying children. Not yet, at least. We'll see how this goes.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So I'm sitting there and I'm sketching away.
Sure.
And,
are you using your art skill here?
Yes, my arts and crafts.
Okay,
actually.
please go ahead and do that, and that's going to determine how nice of a picture you draw. Is it going to be abstract, or is it going to be quite realistic?
It's going to be spectacular.
37. It's a great picture. You sit there, the warm sun beating down on you, the sound of people milling about. You're kind of like lost in this little town for the moment, and you're sitting there sketching, and forget about everything else going on around you and the horrific events that have played out the last few days. And you sketch.
I'm gonna ask one of the drivers to come and deliver this sketch over to the kids playing in front of the church.
Okay. Yeah, he does so. He walks over and gives it to them, and he points back at you, and the kids look at you, and they smile and laugh and run off with it.
Bastards. Very well.
What? What? You didn't tell him to return it.
I know, no. Still good. No, fair enough. I'll start going out on my next one a little bit farther
Sure.
over. Okay.
Those sons of bitches. All right, so let's jump over to Augustus Larkin and LC. LC, did you want to just like be there with him, or are you trailing him? What's your approach?
I'm gonna go directly with him to keep him company, and I'll just idle talk, ask him if he's ever played much cricket, that kind of stuff on the way.
Sure. So, no, I've never played, and I'm quite fine by myself. You don't need to accompany me, LC.
Oh, I just think considering everything that's been going on, no one should really be going anywhere on their own. It's just more of a, my peace of mind that you're not gonna, suddenly disappear off into the jungle or something.
No, why would I do that? That's why I have all of you with me.
Yes, that's why we're here.
Yes.
I'm here to be with you. So let's go get those donkeys or llamas or alpacas, although no, those alpacas are quite dangerous, aren't they? They need to be hunted through the jungle.
That's right.
Let's go. I'll be trying to use my Spanish at some point as well, just to practice. To practice. No, with locals and stuff. If we're talking to anyone, if he talks to anyone in Spanish or tries to, I'll try and join in.
Sure. Well, he hasn't stopped to speak to anybody yet. He seems almost like annoyed that you're with him. He's really, really, really. I don't need you to accompany me.
I know you don't need me to. I'll just keep with him.
So he keeps walking and walking, and he keeps looking over his shoulder at you, like annoyed. Eventually, he ducks into an alley where there's little to no activity, and he walks down this alley quite some ways, and then he turns around and looks at you. And as he does so, he straightens up, and his eyes are completely black. You didn't see this before, did you? Make me a sanity roll.
No, I didn't.
Make me a sanity roll, please, LC.
He's getting a cricket ball in the face.
Oh, that'll calm things right down.
All right.
Oh.
You lose 4 sanity.
That's all right. I was on 50, so.
And he looks right at you.
You only had 50?
And I'm rolling a skill here. He looks at you, and his voice is deep. And you almost become hypnotized by him. And he says, "Leave us alone. Go back to the trucks, or I'll kill you."
Do I feel compelled to do it, or
You are completely taken over by it. Whatever this thing or Larkin, whatever it is, has said to you, and you're just like, you're frozen for a moment due to the sanity loss, and you don't know what to do. You're just like, you feel compelled, commanded, if you will, to leave, to abandon Larkin and go back to the trucks.
Okay. Then I will drop a coin or something out of my pocket.
Sure.
At the entrance of the alleyway, but leave.
I got a reroll, thank you. All right, I didn't need it there.
Who gave you a reroll? Oh, Bubble Ridge.
I got one saved for later. Okay, Jackson, Elias, and Louie. So you're walking around, and Jackson's actually, hey, thanks for coming with me. I appreciate it. You didn't
Yeah,
have
it's no
to.
problem. Nah. You've been such a big help. Just want to make sure, Looks like you're one of the few people who knows what we're doing, So it's probably good that we keep you safe,
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
He,
And
he's
so with
walking.
that note, I am like super paranoid, like checking everything. I'm just like, because I don't trust anything anymore. Like I just saw another vampire show up out of nowhere, and
Yeah, your head's just darting around everywhere
Yeah.
again.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you're like hyper sensitive and hyperactive right now, and you see like it almost feels like all eyes are on you. Like everyone is staring at you, and they kind of are. You are very out of place here.
Yeah.
Jackson Elias, not as much, but because you are a Caucasian person, and there's so much local folklore about these white vampires. Yeah, everybody's looking at you. You're
You sure this is a safe place around here, friendly in the local village?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
getting some eyes.
No, I've been here before. They just don't trust you. That's all.
Oh,
They
okay.
think you're
well,
one of
you
them.
know.
One of
Okay,
them,
just-
he says jokingly. Gives
What do
you
you
a
mean, one of
nudge.
them?
Yeah, one of
Oh.
them. Yeah.
Right. Gotcha. Yeah. All right. They're not gonna do nothing. Like, should we? We shouldn't have to, like,
Wow,
warn
they might
anybody.
try to behead you or something. But you don't need to worry about that. It's daylight, right?
Right. Were you joking right there?
Yeah. Well, hey, look. Let's try to find my contact. Her. She's an old medicine woman I met in the hills last time I was in this region. Her name's Naira, and
Naira?
she said if things got bad, she'd make her way to this region. So let's kind of ask around and see if we can find some information about her and if she's here.
What does that mean, by the way? If things get bad?
Well, we've been attacked a number of times. I'd say that's pretty bad. And one of those attacks was Dame Mendoza, and she's the one who warned me about him.
Oh, I thought it was like if things were bad about went bad for her, she'd come here. Not. Okay, I got you.
Well, she believes in these vampires, right? And
Hey, I'm a believer too at this point. So
no, that's silly. There are such thing as vampires.
were you taking a nap last night? Did you just?
That was a man.
was
Trick of the light. I don't know. I don't know what I saw, but it's not. There's no such thing as vampires. That's ridiculous.
Okay, you don't have to call it a vampire. It was a creepy freaking monster. That's fine. We don't have
Yeah.
to use the V word if you don't want.
All right,
but
a
it
Carisi.
wasn't just a man.
And he says that, and people like.
Okay, listen, you can't be living in denials this long. Like there's some shady stuff going on. It's time for you to open your eyes a little bit wider, maybe, and get on board here, because like you're saying, things are getting bad here, and we've gotten attacked multiple times. Larkin is not someone we should trust. Like, enough of the denial. Something bad's happening, and hopefully your friend can help us out with that a bit.
Yeah, I don't trust Larkin either. I'm quite surprised that he's tagged along this far and hasn't, I don't know, done
You want
something
me to get rid of
him. No. What do you mean?
Listen, there's ways, it's fine.
Listen, he's tied to this somehow. I've got a book in the making here. You have to admit, this is pretty juicy. This is like my next hit.
Oh, that's great. Are you gonna talk about how you don't believe in vampires and such in the book too? Or are you gonna?
Of course,
actually...
we haven't found any concrete proof of vampires.
Are these are your books like historical? Are they like fiction? What are we doing here?
No. What I do is I uncover the truth behind these crazy cults and such around the world.
Okay. Well, I don't know if the vampires are just people who have just rearranged the teeth, but the dangerous is what they are, and they tried to kill us multiple times, and so it's time for you to start, getting on the same page.
Sure, Louis. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, no, I'm, me too. It's
Are
nice
you
to
okay?
spend an afternoon with you.
Are you
No,
okay?
I'm just a little on edge, just to
Okay.
spend. I think a lot of sleep last night. Quentin is like muttering stuff in his sleep in the truck. It's just, whew, It's hot here too. It's just so hot. Ugh.
It is pretty unpleasant, the weather. But that's okay. It's getting a little cooler as we get into the mountains, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's better. It's better, but yeah, it's a little lightheaded. But no, it's fine. I'm fine. So where are we going?
All right, well, hey, let's ask some folks. I'm gonna ask around. He starts kind of walking up and talking to some locals in Spanish. And he asks around. You'll see them like talk to him, and they point to another guy, and they'll point to another guy, and kind of refer the two of you around. And eventually, he gets in contact with someone, and they strike up quite a conversation. He turns to you and goes, "Perfect. She's here. She's here. She's nearby. She's over on the floating islands, hiding out. They're about 2 miles off the shore of Puno on the lake. She's staying with a fisherman's family. We should go reach out to her. Maybe she'll have more information about what the hell's going on around here and where this pyramid is exactly. Because I don't think Larkin knows. Larkin has no idea where this pyramid is."
Yeah, I was kind of wondering about that. Like, we're in trucks, we're driving, we don't really have a destination in mind, you know. Should we get some of the others? Maybe, you know.
Yeah, we're gonna go back and get the others. We're not going alone.
Okay.
You okay, Louis?
No, I'm fine. I'm good. And I'm just, every time he talks to somebody in Spanish, like Louis like attempting to speak Spanish in a horrible way. Just
a super thick New York accent.
Like,
also.
Yeah, it sounds terrible.
You know what? While he's kind of talking you down, your eyes are darting around everywhere. Make me a spot hidden roll, please.
Okay. So my spot hidden is getting disturbingly high.
Oh, that's right. Aren't you at like a 99 or something? Or
I'm at 100.
Oh, so you can't fail.
Well,
I guess if you roll 100, you automatically fail. It's a critical failure.
Hmm.
So you're looking around, and like he's talking to you. He's trying to talk you down. He's trying to comfort you, but you're still like your eyes are just darting around everywhere. And you're in a market sort of area, and you see near one of the stalls, you see a woman and a child, and they're both staring at you, like staring straight at you, like almost through you. A young boy and it looks like his mother. Whereas other people are giving you looks and staying away from you, these two are like just glaring in your direction, watching.
Elbow Jackson, and like I just elbow him a little bit. Hey, that's not common, right? I mean, I'm not losing my mind. They're staring at me, right? They're staring. I'm gonna move my head a little bit, see if it's like if they follow me a little bit.
They follow you. Jackson turns and he looks. What, the mother and child?
Yeah.
Huh. And he just like breaks from you and starts walking towards them and starts shouting at them in Spanish, like a greeting.
Yeah, I'll follow.
As he does so, they get startled and they turn abruptly away and start walking away very fast. Into the crowd.
No, maybe they need something. We should go give them a hand. Hey, uno momento, por favor. You know, in some horrible, like, heavy New York accent.
Por favor.
Por favor. Is it por favor? Por favor? I'll try to hail them down.
Okay. So they're, like, trying to, like, go into the crowd and get away from you. They're obviously trying to avoid you as you're yelling and hailing in their direction. And they're not stopping. They're not turning around at this point. Do you want to chase app? Do you want to like make chase? Like you're gonna have to hustle now to keep up with them as they get further.
If it's a woman and a kid, like I don't think I'm gonna put too much chase into it at that point.
Sounds good.
If it's a mom and a kid, I'm just gonna be like, tuck it away in the back. Let everyone else know. Keep an eye out. There's some strange ones here, but I don't think it's warrants chasing them down or anything.
Okay, so Jackson kind of goes, see, just some locals. They're just shopping. Let's go back to the others. And don't mention any of this to Larkin, okay? I don't think we should involve him in this.
Yeah, I don't think he and I are going to be talking too much. We're not really, we're not the chatty types anymore.
Right. Okay. So you get back you make your way back to the trucks. Gwen, you eventually stop. You finish up your sketches. Quentin, you've been working on your Spanish some more. The drivers as they offload the trucks. Keeping them company. And LC, you're kind of just like walking back. You're white as a ghost. And you're walking through the streets back to the trucks. And I'm going to say you all kind of come back at the same time. So you see LC. He's freaked out about something. You can clearly see on his face. It's drained of all color. Jackson and Louis come back. I found her. She's here. We should go speak with my contact and find out where this pyramid is.
You all right there, LC? You look like you've seen a ghost.
I don't know what just happened. Larkin's an odd chap. His eyes just went black.
I told you. I said this. Jaden, we saw it.
He was annoyed. He was annoyed that I was keeping an eye on him. You know, as we'd agreed, Louis, that and he turned down an alleyway and suddenly he kind of boomed. I don't know, it was too much. It was too much. After all the other things, I just had to kind of get out of there. It was just strange.
Did he hurt you? Did he do something to you?
Weird voice. He said, "Leave us alone."
Listen, I've been saying it. I said it. The first.
The black eyes.
We just can't. We can't go with it. After the black eyes, it was like a window or a portal, and then like a thing. He's no good.
I didn't get that far. After what you'd said, I didn't really sort of want to hang around to see some sort of weird hole in the sky or something. I don't know. We need to leave him behind. We need to find this place without him and leave him behind, or push him down a ditch.
A little bit of
some
column
bullets.
A, a little bit of column B, maybe.
It's bad news. Seriously bad news. What with vampires running around, and now this. I mean, what's possessing the man? This isn't his stuff. I threw that into the jungle.
You might find, old chap, that someone like that tends to have a second stash just in case.
He's a man.
It doesn't do that to someone.
No, I quite agree. Equally, he hadn't had the chance last night when he turned that face on me.
This is. I don't want to say it. Anyway, I sound like a raving fool. Look, he's gone. He went down an alleyway. I don't know where he's gone. He didn't want me following him. Clearly, he's got some other purpose whilst being here. He's going somewhere deliberately, not just wandering around asking for people with donkeys. So we should go.
I'm pretty sure that someone here does know something, because they're all being very cagey. I had a nice chat with the fishmonger. Incidentally, I hope you like catfish, because I think we've got enough for about 3 days.
What fishmonger?
He's gone now. He ran away. I think he got the wrong idea. They all seem to think that anybody pale-skinned is one of these, I'll use our word, not theirs, vampires. They're being very strange and cagey. But I get this feeling that someone here knows something.
Well,
but I'm not exactly the one for getting information out of people, unless they want to give it to me, in which case I'm great and can go on at some length about the information if they want to give it to me, but not if they don't.
What time of day is it, Matt?
It's midday.
Excellent. Well, whatever we're going to do, we have to do it before night, because if we're out walking about, everyone's going to think that we are vampires indeed.
Yeah. And Jackson goes, well, okay, my contact's here. The one who warned me about De Mendoza, she's here. She's here, and she must know where the pyramid is. We don't need Larkin anymore. Let's forget him. He's something going on with him, and I don't like it. I don't trust him, and I'm glad that we've parted ways with him. But
has anyone had a chat with him about his personal hygiene either?
I did tell him he smelled.
Yep.
Twice. I don't want to be rude, but that chap smells worse than, well, some very unsavory things.
Absolutely. I called him out on it when we were camping the night of the incident, and he had advised that he didn't smell anything. So I believe he's completely unaware of his putrid stench.
It smells like a sack of old mints. I mean, it's pretty gross. I mean, I sat in that truck with him for a bit, and I had to keep that window down and the rum going. It's not fun.
Well, what do we do then, chaps? I mean, what's our move
Problem
here?
is, if we just leave him, he's going to try and
Pop up
find
again,
us,
just like he did last time.
Yeah, but also he could ask anybody, where did all those people go, and they will know who he's talking about and where we went because we stand out. So
we rather do. Is it a case of keep your enemy close?
What, so he can murder you in the dark? No, there seems to be something beyond the natural about him.
Yeah,
right.
but he doesn't really seem to get, like, he just seems like a really really quiet guy until, he gets aggravated.
But that image
seems to be when he's threatened.
That image that you showed me worries me greatly. That's some obscure cult nonsense of the highest order, and we're talking deep indoctrination.
Well, I say we go talk with Jackson's contact. At least that way we can get some questions answered.
But Jackson, do you want Larkin finding this person, your contact?
No.
Because us going to your contact will lead him straight to them.
Well, we got to take a boat there. So.
Okay.
There's going to be.
Can he cross running water? I don't know. What did the book say?
Oh, come on, Elsie. Don't be silly.
Well, at this point, I'm going to read through, legends have a basing in fact. Myth has a lesson for us.
There's absolutely no need to take all supposition as gospel, though. We'll go on the evidence that we've already seen. Now, he's brought us to a lake. Presumably, given that there are 5 separate watercourses leading into this lake, he must be able to travel across running water, or he wouldn't have brought us here. So we can safely assume that that's not going to be an issue. I would be more concerned with dealing with the concerns we have at hand. Now, equally, it seems to me that these vampires seem to have it in for him as well. He claims he was a prisoner of Mendoza.
That doesn't
make it true. But
it doesn't
Mendoza
also make
went
him
for him, and this other chap was very interested in what was going on in our camp.
The other thing I say is, like, this running water thing. Like, I mean, I don't think he's a vampire. I mean, we've seen 1, 2 now. They got like the teeth with the circle thing. And
Sorry. I'm just a bit confused with all of this going on.
I think he's something else.
Rattled me.
Yeah.
I agree with Louis. I think that Mr. Larkin may be suffering from a dissociative disorder wherein he's hosting more than one personality, and he believes on some level that he is connected with
that. Hang on,
dark
he did
power.
In the alleyway. He did say, "Leave us alone," and it was just him.
Which is indicative of someone with this malady. I suspect that he has connected in some kind of cult ceremony, probably with the ingestion of vast amounts of hallucinogens, and has forged this sort of split selfhood.
Jackson's like, yes, there you go. See, finally some logic. You guys are getting pulled in by this.
I don't think you should play it down, Jackson. I don't think you should cheapen it and say not worry about it because you think someone's using hallucinogenics. He's still super dangerous,
and his mesmerism seems to be quite potent.
I felt I had to leave that alleyway.
Yes.
And,
He opened a thing in the air and, like, a creature was coming out of it. I don't care.
Creature.
I wasn't the one taking
Louis.
the hallucinogens, okay?
Louis, a creature. Come on now.
Listen, I said the black eyes. Y'all didn't believe me. Now you do, okay? I said there's something wrong with them. He talked all in a low voice, and now you see it too. Quentin, you shot a freaking vampire last night. Like, at a certain point, I just feel like let's get on the same page here. This is not just a man.
We know the vampires are real.
And if
whatever they are,
vampires real,
they may not call themselves vampires, but whatever they are, they're horrible mouth mutant people biting people.
absolutely.
Mr.
Absolutely.
Jackson, that gentleman tied to the tree was healing an injury that was fatal.
How
So,
much sleep?
gentlemen,
How much sleep?
what
did
do
you
we
get last night?
do about it?
We should go meet my contact. Let's find out where this pyramid
we
is.
absolutely
Let's do
should.
that.
Let's
do
move
that.
on. Let's get to the bottom of this. Let's find
I'll
out what's
keep-
driving Larkin.
fine.
He's obsessed with whatever this thing is. And he
Yeah,
won't-
and where this pyramid is and why, and
What's with this African
Fan-
connection?
ah,
Also, I understand they have a drink in these parts called ayahuasca or something. It sounds fascinating. I must try some.
Is that what I think it is?
be careful.
All right. So, he goes, okay, we need to get a boat. We got to get a boat. We'll go to this island. She's staying with some fishermen on an island on the lake. And we'll go talk to her. We'll find out. We'll get some more information. We'll find out where this pyramid is. If Larkin is going to follow us, we'll see him coming.
So
Literally
we'll
a
be on a lake.
mile away. We're going 2 miles off the shore to get to where she's staying. There's nowhere for him to hide. He'll be out on the open water.
We
I'll
should
look
take
around.
Jaden as
Does it
well,
look like I
because
can
I think
carry
his
a
fating-
weapon?
Sorry.
Are there police? Is there any kind of
No,
local?
you can carry a weapon. That's fine.
Okay, yeah. I'm just curious. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
no,
take my
it's-
rifle
Yes.
and my bat.
Yep. Sling both of them over your shoulder. Sir, what did you ask, Quentin?
I was thinking we should probably take Jaden with us as well. I mean, I know he's having one
Yes.
of his fainting fits, but
Yes, Jaden is coming with you.
perhaps the river air will do him good. Lake air, lake.
But you can bring your weapons. People have they'll have like a revolver on their side. You'll see there are men walking around. They'll have like a rifle slung over their shoulders or something. Here, it's not uncommon whatsoever in this little town in this time frame where you are. You're out in the country, so yeah, you can walk around. You got your weapons. You're gonna leave the drivers here with the goods, and you'll go meet his contact, Naira. So we go. Okay, we gotta acquire a boat. We need to go get a boat. Let's head on down to the shore.
Keeping an eye out for Larkin, keeping an eye out for people trying to burn holes in my face or the back of my head or something, staring us down.
Holes in your face.
They were staring right at me.
So yeah, you make your way through, and again, it's just a repeat of what you experience. People are just staring, they're pointing, they're staying away. Old women are like chanting things in Spanish, or holding crucifixes as you walk by.
Afternoon.
Dios míos runs away.
Dios míos. What's that mean?
God is a mouse.
Nothing. Let's go.
Mossy
says-
God.
Says Jackson. So you guys make your way to the shore, and he chats with some folks who have boats, and he eventually arranges to rent a boat. It's going to take 2 boats to get you all there. So he says, I'll paddle one. One of you are going to have to. Happy you're going to get in the other and paddle that one.
Not a problem.
Yeah. No problem.
All right. So break up into 2 boats.
Much as it shames me, despite attending Cambridge, I never did get into the whole boating thing.
All right.
Had the odd punt, but never officially part of the team.
Language, Elsie.
Are there a lot of boats around here, Matt?
There are boats everywhere because they're
Okay.
a fish. This is a fishing village. They thrive off of fishing the lake. So boats just littered everywhere.
Is there like a person that we just talked to that that are like renting the boats or letting us have the boats or something like that? Can we
Yeah.
just have like either I'll try to do it in broken Spanish and hopefully Jackson will completely help me, but anybody else out of the ordinary come around asking for boats today?
He'll translate for you, and he asks, and he turns back. He says, No, you 5 are the only out of the ordinary ones they've seen today.
Okay.
All right, so head off for your boats. You break shore. You start paddling your way out there, and you get I don't know, maybe 50, 100 feet offshore. Everybody go ahead and make me a spot hidden roll, please. I know Louis gonna ace it, but
I feel
Yeah,
safer
but
already.
might get to do
oh,
a skill.
Gwen with like
Oh, no.
hawk vision, see things miles away. All right, Louis with the 3 stars, Gwen with the 3 stars, Elsie and Quentin don't really. You're just enjoying. You're enjoying the air on the lake. It's refreshing.
Look, a fish.
I'm loading my gun.
Gwen and Louis, I'm gonna say you're in different boats. The two of you are looking back, and you see, speaking to the man that you just rented these boats from, 2 men in dressed in black with big wide-brimmed hats that look to be Caucasian or European and
so whoever's boat I'm in,
yeah.
I'll just say I think we got some company, because especially the ride bin hat, because we've been seeing it a lot.
Yes,
Back at the
you
hotel
have
last night. Yeah,
Yes.
so like we got some company. So I'm immediately assuming that those people, like we look a lot, kind of sitting ducks out here on the water, and yeah. So I'll point it out to whoever didn't see it.
As
Sure.
will I.
So everybody is now aware of these 2 gentlemen, and we're pointing back at them. You're getting further and further away. They're getting smaller and smaller as you get further away. But yeah, right away they stand out. Yeah, Elsie's got his gun. Elsie, you don't know if your gun will shoot that far if you can hit them. You're better with the bat.
I'm watching.
So Jackson he's leading the way. Oh, do we have sounds for the lake? Hold on. Are the donkeys on the lake?
No, the donkeys are swimming. It's cool.
They're lake donkeys. Like pond skaters, only donkeys.
Got really broad hooves.
Occasionally hear a horn. We have horns in the boat. It's good.
There we
Get
go.
the donkeys out of the way.
We do have sounds for the lake.
Nice.
Is it raining? No. It's just the water.
Okay,
It is raining.
I will load my rifle as well, I guess. I don't know if this is going to be any good, but I'll do what I can.
There's nothing we can do on the water. When we get to the island, though, we gotta set up a watch. We gotta keep an eye, that kind of thing. Get whoever's on the island, the fisher folk, get them to help lend a hand here. But let's just get there as fast as we can.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. He just keeps whatever. Even if you're in his boat, he just keeps paddling and paddling and paddling and following those directions. And you see the odd little island here or there, and there's other fishermen out on boats as you're paddling out to these islands. And eventually, Elias gets to the one he's headed for and brings his ship up on shore, hops out and pulls it up, and we're here. We gotta ask around for her. And there's small like huts on this island, and it's fishermen who live here, and they're all kind of shocked and like pointing and saying things in Spanish. You see that some of them are going to the huts. They come out and they have rifles, and they're watching you as you're pulling up your boat.
Do you think that me wearing the hat is a problem?
I think there's other things that are probably more
I know, but
problematic.
we've associated that the large hats, do seem to be a hallmark.
Maybe take it off while we're here.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Be polite. Should we tell them, Carisi, Back Lake, Vamanos?
As soon as you say that, you hear them, oh, no, shouting, and guns are...
No.
No.
No, Carisi. And then pointing back to the lake, Carisi. And then I'm going to make like the rowing motion or something.
Stop saying Carisi. Jackson's like, quiet, stop
What does
it,
that
stop.
even mean? I don't even know what it means.
Jackson says, dude, stop. And he's going to try and defuse the situation.
Were there any grenades on our trucks, Matt?
There were.
That's just what Louis needs right now.
There were. No, there wasn't grenades on your trucks. There's dynamite. There are explosives. There's dynamite.
Oh, because I'm a throwing expert. Could I have it so that I've picked up a couple of sticks of dynamite just to be like backup?
What do you think, Chad?
I will burn all my luck points. I will burn all my luck points to have 2 sticks of dynamite.
Should we let LC retcon having a couple sticks of dynamite? You tell me. While I listen to Zamfir play the pipe flute here, the pan flute. So Of course you think that's a great idea, Jeff.
And in chat.
All right. Aaron and Bill, they say, yep. And Jeremy, they say, okay, so you get 2 sticks of dynamite. It's unanimous. They want you to have dynamite.
Yay.
What could go wrong? Exactly. Let's give Pete some dynamite. 2 sticks of dynamite.
Hey, I've got a throw of 90, so you know.
All right, so Jackson starts he holds his hands up and he starts speaking in Spanish, trying to defuse the situation. You hear him talking quickly, doing his best. He's very charismatic in doing so, and he seems to talk them down. And he turns the men put their guns down, and a bunch of them go into the huts. And he turns, he goes, "Okay, she's here. Put your guns away. They're on edge. Let's get some information. Let's get out of here." They say, again, they're claiming that these Carisi are in the area. They're spooked. The 5 of you showing up here and mentioning that name and that word did not help. So let's talk to her, let's find out where we're going, and let's get out of here, okay? I want to get out of this town.
Fair enough.
Oh, we got a sound for meeting her. Okay, hold on. So you're
Like a dynamite explosion.
You're led into a small hut. Inside that hut, there's a very, very old woman sitting there at a table, and she's got a very kind-looking face. She's got deep lines on her face from smile lines. It looks like she's smiled a lot in her lifetime, and she's very, very old though. And she's sitting there at the table, kind of hunched over. And Elias ushers you all in. There's nowhere really to sit in here. It's not a very large hut, so you kind of have to all stand. And this is my acquaintance, Naira. She's a bit of a wise woman, or a healer, is what you'd call her around these parts. And she's the one who tipped me off to Dame Mendoza. And she claims she knows where we need to go. So let's find out what we can get from her. She doesn't speak any English, though. So I can communicate for you, or you can try to talk to her. Okay.
We're all
I
becoming
would like
very
to talk to her,
fluent.
but let's get the basic information out of the way first.
He sits down. He takes a seat next to Naira, and they speak back and forth, very, very friendly to one another. Like it's like 2 people who know each other meeting again.
Can we buy her a cup of tea or something? Maybe a scone?
Not
I'm
you're
going
in
to watch
somebody's
the
house.
door.
You can give her a fish, flop a fish down on the table. She
In
actually
humbug?
offers you something. There's a plate on the table, and on it looks like there's strips of almost like dried meat, but it's like really, really dry. Like it looks like it would be like hard. And she pushes the plate across the table to you, and she motions with her hand to eat.
Oh, she'll take some, yes.
Take some as well. And despite the taste, I'll be...
Yeah, you bite down on this, and it is not meat. This is dried wood. And as you bite down, you kind of cringe. She starts laughing her head off. She thinks it's hilarious.
I like her.
And she's smiling, and she holds out her hand, and it seems like she's apologizing to Quentin and Gwen for doing that, but you and Jax says,
Shoot her.
Jax says you made her day. She's a bit of a trickster. You're okay. You're okay with her.
Is this ayahuasca? I don't know.
So-
is it wood? Is it a plant? I'm not sure.
So he starts asking about the precise location for this pyramid, and she starts giving up information. She calls over to one of the farmers, and he pulls out a map of the region. So she starts pointing at an area, and she starts elaborating and telling it. She's very animated. She's talking. Her hands are up in the air, and things falling from the sky. And he slows her down. He goes, "Hold on. She's got some story about this place we're headed. Just a warning or some history. She wants you all to know about it, and I'll translate it for you." She starts going to the story, and Jackson's
I listen in Spanish and see if I can get the raw version without his edit.
Sure, go ahead. Yeah, pulling on your Spanish. No. he starts relaying a story, an old story about how an ancient and evil god fell from the sky and landed in Lake Titicaca. It crawled out, and it brought hunger with it, devouring everything it touched. The trickster hero, Akeko, told the evil god where the most nutritious food could be found underground, showing it tubers and grubs. Akeko convinced the god from the sky, tempted by the food, to crawl into an old armadillo burrow. He then placed stones over the burrow, trapping the god below. Akeko told the people that this was now a sacred site and had them build a temple over it, binding it in place with spells worked in gold. The god from the sky still lives underneath the temple to this day, and those who know of it are wise enough to avoid its tomb. He says that's apparently where we're headed. The locals won't go
Very
near
exciting.
Mike, can I ask the old lady about the connection to the Carisi?
it. Sure. What connection do you want to know?
I want to know if the old god is connected to the Carisi in some way.
Yeah, she says, yes, they stole gold from that temple, and that's what created the Carisi. The Spanish, when they came over, they were hungry for the treasures of our land, and they stole a piece of the temple, and they were forever tainted due to this.
Can I show her the picture that Gwen drew?
Yes, yeah, that golden rod.
No, of the tattoo.
Oh, the tattoo. Ooh. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. One moment, please. Where's my book? Ugh.
This is the closest I'm going to get to a library.
Yes, it is.
I'm just gonna peek out the window
Mm-hmm.
just to make sure that there's, nobody's coming.
Yes. Go ahead and make me a spot hidden.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you don't see anything. There's the fishermen are standing around. They've got their rifles and they're standing outside the hut. Some of them. You don't really see anything. She's not seen anything like that before. When you show it to her, she shakes her head and no.
What about the treasures that we've got? I want to try and be completely upfront and honest with this person because she's clearly someone who knows what she's talking about. So I want to show her the two smaller treasures, not the mask straight away, but the other two treasures that we've got, the little figure and the other thing.
It's the one I swiped. The ones I swiped
Yes,
from.
the ones that Louis swiped.
Yeah.
So do you have the
From the
actual
very
treasures
beginning.
on you, or do you have the drawings?
I keep them in my satchel.
Okay, so
with
like the
me.
two that Larkin had that first night.
Yeah.
Yeah, she takes them and she looks them over and she names like Incans. She points to one of them and it checks with what's like the proper time frame and stuff when they would have been here. But she doesn't have much over that, no, other than knowing like the tribes that they belong to.
Okay, and then I want to bring out the drawing that Gwen did of the gold bar
Yeah, she looks at that and her eyes
and show that as well.
open up. She looks at she's especially fixated on the language or the letters or whatever those strange markings are on the on that gold band.
So I want to tell her that the writing, I've seen this before in a faraway land in Africa.
She seems kind of confused.
That I know this language. It's called Elder Sign, and I've seen it before.
Elder sign. She's never seen anything like it before. She shakes her head. No, I don't know anything. But you should stay away from that pyramid. She translates through Elias.
I don't think that's an option. I think we're being called to that pyramid whether we wish it or not. is there anything you can say to tell us about the Carisi, of their weaknesses? And do you know anything about the man with black eyes?
She's never heard of a man with black eyes, but the Carisi, she says, to kill one, you need to take its head. And beware of tall white men wearing wide-brimmed hats that carry long knives. And she points at the one on your belt, like that.
We took
and
this
your hat,
one.
like that.
We took this from one of those men.
And you killed one?
I'll look at the others and then nod.
Did they drug you?
Drug you.
She goes on and says they drug people, and then they extract the fat from their bodies using magic or strange tools. They suck it out through their mouth with some sort of...
we shot him.
Shot. She's talking to Jackson, and Jackson's kind of like... He's translating. You can't really tell what he's saying. But he's kind of diffusing the situation, because she kind of seems on edge. You know, once you mention you've encountered them, you've killed one. She's a little worried.
I will try again with horrible broken Spanish, and then hoping Jackson will fill in and make, you have, protection. We, to Carisi and city. What was the city? Was it
Puno.
In Puno. Looking for us. I think you might be, be careful. I'm just trying to like say like there's two, not us. We're not Carisi, but there's two Carisi. I tried to say it, everyone started pointing guns at me, so I'm just trying to help.
All the guns in the room just on your head. No, they do want me to kill you tonight. Did you roll your Spanish?
I can, yeah. I have 11 Spanish.
Oh, whoa! Critical success.
Look at all those
All
medals.
of you hear Louis speak the most beautiful Spanish you've ever heard in your
shoot
life.
him. He's clearly
It's
possessed.
and you get across your point that that there are Carisi in the area, and she calls the others over, the fishermen, and you know, they all have guns, and they start kind of asking like, what do they look like, how many?
Describe them.
Yeah. So they're all talking amongst one another, and more men go outside with guns.
And nothing with the black. The enemies to the Carisi. They got enemies, because they don't. The guy with the black eyes, and this is all in beautiful Spanish. The guy with the black eyes, it doesn't seem to get along with the Carisi. So is there like another like you got another monster out here that might, be related or something?
She shakes her head. No.
Okay.
Just that evil god that Keko trapped underground.
Well, let's hope he's not a god. That would be problematic for us. Let's hope it's something smaller, but noted.
Do you have any books or a library that I could do some research in? He says, looking around a small
there's no
fisherman's
books.
hut.
Yeah, there's a little fishing hut. No, I don't have any books. So she just points to her head. It's all here.
So I'll put my hand on hers and will you help me? Will you tell me what this god looks like, and I'll draw it.
Sure. She from the best of her knowledge, she starts chat. She starts describing a big creature. A big, massive creature.
With black eyes, by chance?
No. She describes it almost like animal flesh or fat you get out of her. And it's just like, she explains that it's a mass of fat. and it's just unnatural, and it's covered. I'm sorry, Pete, in maggots. Just the complete body is just crawling with them. In her description.
Okay.
That's odd, because didn't you say you saw a maggot, Elsie?
There was a big one in the chap's mouth.
And she goes on to tell you that there's its body drips with fluid, and there's just exploding pustules all over its body. It's more of a mass.
Fair enough.
The way it's like a massive fat, and then like the vampire is a sucking fat. I mean, this just seems.
The vampires are sucking fat, and they have some kind of maggot thing inside them, and the maggot thing has probably infected them at the point at which they stole the gold. That's why they've been cursed as Carisi.
Mm.
So there is potentially a biological reasoning behind it. This could be some form of parasitic organism that we're talking about.
Right. That makes it more comforting.
I mean, it could still be an utterly terrifying, gigantic parasitic organism. But even so, that brings it back into the realm of biology and nature.
Do you want to make me your art roll there, Gwen? See how, like, it's almost hard for you to imagine, because she says it's like a mass of flesh and fat just covered in maggots. It's not even really a creature or a shape itself. So she's doing her best to, and just like these popping pustules all over it.
Do you want me to roll a hard one then?
No. Do a regular.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. So you draw this thing, and you do a really good representation of it based off of your drawing. And she points at it. She says something in Spanish. And Jackson Elias translates. She says, "Father of maggots," is what is all. She's pointing down, she says it, and he just repeats, "Father of maggots."
All right, now it's time to bring out the archaeology guns, or the anthropology guns, or the historical guns. What gun am I pointing at this thing?
All of the guns. I want to tell. So I meant to do this between sessions. Quentin, you're riding the lightning here. You're getting pretty deep into this Cthulhu stuff, and I was going to award you some. I want to give you. You're going to be at 5 Cthulhu mythos. I want to bump you up because of everything you've done and seen. But I need you to reduce your sanity permanently by 5, like your max sanity.
Ooh.
So, well, it'd be by 4 because I've already got.
Oh, you already
one.
have. Oh no, increase it by 5. So take you up to 6.
Oh, by 5.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Yowza.
So you do Cthulhu mythos at a regular roll. You can do. Did you change it to archaeology after last session?
Not my Cthulhu mythos. I didn't. I split anthropology, archaeology, and history across the 3 more evenly because I didn't have any archaeology.
I'll let you choose. It'll be a hard roll from one of those 3. You choose whichever, or a straight Cthulhu mythos roll.
It's not letting me reduce my total sanity.
We can figure it out after. That's fine.
Yeah. Oh, it might be because that was locked. And you want me to make a what roll? Sorry.
You can either do a standard Cthulhu mythos roll,
Yeah.
or a hard, be it history, anthropology, or archaeology. You can choose from one of them. Whatever.
I am
dealer's
going to
choice.
go for a hard archaeology roll. And I am going to spend 10 luck to pass. There we go.
Tell you what. So, Cthulhu mythos. Your Cthulhu. You're riding that razor's edge. You're starting again. Those dots are connecting in your head, and you hear Father of Maggots, and something again pops off in your head, and you swear that you've read somewhere this Father of Maggots. You've heard this before, and that it is a lesser avatar of this Nyarlathotep. That it just keeps popping up.
So there is a connection. Yes, this is connected. I've heard of the father. Oh, I've heard of this. It is connected to that dark god. The Africa-Egypt connection. It forms a triangle, a pyramid, and there are pyramids in Egypt and there are pyramids here, and they're connected in a triangle. And the Father of Maggots is one corner of the triangle. It's a part of the greater whole.
Calm down, Quentin. I'll put my hand on his shoulder. Just calm down, old chap. There's a lot going on.
There's so much going on. It stretches the mind, the credulity, the belief, dare I say, the sanity. But there is an overarching connection here. This is tied to things all over the world. This is bigger than this place. This is more than this thing.
We need to go and check out this hole with the rocks on top.
We absolutely must. Every fiber of my being says that we should flee this place and never come back. Except that part of me that says that we have to know and we cannot leave this thing unseen, because if Larkin gets there and witnesses, we don't know what could come of that. He will need to be stopped.
And he has a tattoo of Nyarlathotep on his body.
We must stop him from reaching that temple.
The look on Louis' face right now, but I've been saying this since Lima, but no, it's fine.
You know what? Let's take a break and let's give away a Call of Cthulhu starter set.
Yeah.
So
I'm
going to choose a word. I'm going to give Pete a moment here to set it up. Choose a word, and when I reveal what that word is, you're going to put it in the chat. You hashtag it, Pete?
Hashtag, all lowercase, all one word.
Perfect. Hashtag, all lowercase, all one word. We'll wait till he's set up here, and I'll reveal the word.
I'm ready.
And we're going to give away a Call of Cthulhu starter set PDF. Thanks to Chaosium. So the word is maggots.
You just made me type that in, didn't you?
I did. Repeat. Everybody, put in the chat. We'll give it a moment here while everybody gets their opportunity to
not
enter.
Mascots, maggots.
Maggots, yes, not mascots, man. Yeah, we need like a little maggot emoji for this game on the chat.
Yay!
Mascots. All right, we'll give another moment here, and then we'll do the draw. Oh boy. Okay. 5, 4, 3. Oh, we've got some late entries here. 2, 1. Let's draw a winner.
Furious 320.
Furious 320, congratulations.
You are the winner. Well done. All you need to do is come onto our Discord and find me. I'm Garblag, and then we can chat with a direct message and set up your winnings. Congratulations.
There's a link to the Discord right there.
Excellent.
Disappearing into the effusive congratulations of your peers.
Yes, congratulations. Hop on over to the Discord, reach out to Pete, aka Garblag, on there, and he'll set you up.
We have been really, really lucky recently with the number of companies and groups sponsoring and supporting the channel. And it's only possible because of the dedication and time that you guys invest in coming along to watch what we're up to. So thank you to you for making us recognizable enough to them to give us the stuff to give to you.
Well
Absolutely.
said, well said.
And yeah, very well said.
I'm riding
and
that
this
razor's
week,
edge.
we have 2 more giveaways. On Thursday, with our Traveller game, we'll be giving away a Traveller core rulebook. We've been doing some of the box sets, but we know we've got a few people watching who maybe haven't tried Traveller or don't have the rules for themselves. So Traveller core rulebook this week. And on Friday, on Spire, we've got some Spire PDFs to give away. Ben and I need to have a chat about how we're going to distribute those across the show yet, but we'll figure that out and let you know on Friday.
All right. Thursday Traveler and Friday Spire. More giveaways on Garblag Games, where we play and give games away.
Yeah.
For now. Okay, let's get back to it. So, you're in the hut. The old woman, she's giving some information. Quint, you've connected some dots, which has you further questioning your sanity. Jackson says, well, what do we do now? We're in Puno. Do we go back to the trucks? Do we meet... Is Larkin going to be there? Do we meet up with him? What do we do? Do we want to break off and do our own thing? We know where we're headed.
Larkin's going to be there and pretend like nothing happened.
Yeah.
He will.
What time of day is it?
It's late afternoon. It's about 4
We've
4
also
PM.
got potentially Carisi waiting for us back in town.
Like,
But
Or,
if we
or
leave,
following us here.
right.
if we leave without any of the equipment, supplies, necessary tools, and we potentially leave Jorge and the other drivers at risk.
Is there any reason to think that there's another way of finding out where the pyramid is, other than this fine young lady over here, my new friend?
Jackson, possible. Others may know. Maybe. Mendoza.
She actually told us where it is.
She told. Yeah, she showed on the map. She pointed where it was.
Okay, right. Yeah.
Well,
Um,
potentially some of them have already been there.
Says maybe more of those that were in league with Dave Mendoza could help lead him there.
But like, he didn't like Mendoza, right? You know.
He
and-
claims he didn't like
He
Mendoza.
claims he didn't like Mendoza.
Yeah. He said that to us. I mean, he was hanging around with the guy and he was a vampire.
I mean, we hang out with it. Never mind. I'm not gonna make that joke. Do we? I mean, we need the trucks because we just need to get there. Like
Trucks are no longer an option. That's why you
Yeah,
have
we
to
can't
stop
go on
here
the
and you have to
trucks.
get like pack animals, alpacas, donkeys, mules, horses.
We should go back quickly, get some essentials, get the drivers to get out, and then we go.
Yeah.
Oh, well, hold on a minute. Can't we just, like, we seem to have befriended some people here on the floating islands. Can we just head out via boat to the pyramid and bypass Puna altogether? If we need anything, send some able-bodied fishermen into the town to pick up supplies for us. There's no need for us to go back.
So it's gonna be 2 days travel overland to get to where she pointed on the map.
Right, okay.
So you could
Because,
take boats to the other side of this lake, but it will take some time. The lake is one of the largest in North America, like in IRL, in real life. It's a huge, massive lake.
And we've got all of our very specialist gear back at the...
Yeah, we need to get the gear. I think.
Weights are in the truck.
You've got the. You got the thing, and I'm just gonna kind of like pretend like I put a mask on, like over, like you got that thing on you, right?
Yes, I try to make sure that it doesn't leave my person.
Right, and that's most important. We
Let's
can
go.
back.
I think we should head back. Get the stuff. We're going to need excavation gear and more dynamite to get where we need to go.
Presumably people to do the excavation.
I think you may have to put some elbow grease into it, I'm afraid, old chap, but we'll see what happens when we get there.
It's not how grandfather wrote it, but okay, if you say so.
They leave those bits out, you know that.
I know he speaks at length about the indigenous diggers that they used.
Well, there's nothing like a bracing day's work in the jungle at altitude.
Megan, you asked a question?
Yeah, I'm gonna go and can we have the map that she brought out? Is that something?
Yeah, you can ask. Jax will ask for it, and she'll give it to you.
Awesome, thank you. And I'll take a piece of the dried wood and stick it in my pocket.
Okay.
I'll hold it up and say, "Is this ayahuasca?" To the old lady.
No.
Wormwood?
No.
I suggest we take a different route back to the boats, though. We don't want people locating her and finding out what she knows.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
I
You sort of
suspect
head
that
back on a-
our new friend here is quite capable of convincing folk that she doesn't know things she knows.
I don't know. I wouldn't want two of those chaps to turn up at my front door if I was,
No,
you know.
likewise. A fair point.
We saw what they did to that research assistant. Don't want this happening to anyone here.
No. I assume they're trying to find the place as well, so they might get that information out of her.
I mean, Larkin, every chance he gets is sneaking off away from us. Like, he's got to be doing something, and I think it's more than drugs at this point.
Well, initially, I'd have thought that yes, it was all about the drugs and the. But I'm beginning to wonder if maybe the drugs don't actually help him keep whatever it is under
At
control.
bay.
Could be.
Damn it.
Maybe there's a part of Larkin in there, and that's all they can do to cope with it. Whatever.
Completely
that thing is.
smashed, and the thing doesn't want to take over his body.
Question is what happens?
Come on,
Just-
there's a bold adventure awaiting us. Let's go.
yeah.
Sure, you get back in the boat,
Thrust my cricket bat out. Let's
and you get back on the boat. You push off and
go like a little bit of a
Sure.
way around, so we don't
Sure.
just traipse a line there and
around
back,
some
you know.
fishing boats and here and there. Like you're,
yeah.
you know
sure
where you're
you
going.
didn't learn
And
to do boating at Oxford?
How dare you?
it's fighting words. All right. So,
Queensbury rules, old chap.
But you were going the long way round. It just seemed appropriate.
sure. So you're not gonna have to roll anything. You make your way around some boats. There's some other floating islands. You head over to them and you get close and then you break off and then you go over to another fishing boat and this way and that. And you do a real big zigzag and Jackson's kind of like, he's in on it because he doesn't want anything to happen to this woman either. You have encountered danger along the way. So you do your best to kind of do a trail that would be hard to follow where others can't see you, and you eventually make your way back to the shore, back to the men that you rented these boats from, and they take them back from you, and they turn to you, Louis, and they're speaking Spanish to you.
Which I'm fluent at this point, so I'm like, big
Aw.
hats,
At that one point, you were.
big hats, you know.
Jackson goes, hey, so they said some men, some strange men came here asking about us while we were gone.
And where'd they go? Which way did they go? Did he give them a boat?
Asks them. Yeah, they took a boat. They went off somewhere they went to someone else and rented a boat.
I gotta look at everyone like. I don't think they went back out there, did they? If they could find a
Have you
place.
seen them come back? I'll try and say in Spanish.
I'm giving lessons later.
I failed.
Yeah. Jackson will translate for you.
But they don't know where we went, do they?
He said, no, they have.
But if they've come back already, they might be standing over there, I say, pointing
Yeah,
at
they're
a
right
dark
next to you.
alleyway, watching
Oh,
out
I
for
see.
us.
Are they back and waiting for us? Sorry, I thought
Yes.
you meant have they gone out looking?
No. Have they come back?
They say no. No, they haven't seen them come back.
Okay, let's go.
So it's starting to get dark. You guys make your way back to the trucks. You get there. The trucks are gone.
Could I-
The gear is gone.
Sorry, one thing on the
Yes.
way back. Did we go near where Larkin gave me the slip down the alleyway?
No, you were heading the
Okay.
opposite direction. You guys were heading north.
Okay.
You went south
No
to
worries.
the lake shore. Yeah, you get back. Everything's gone. Trucks are gone. The gear's gone. No sign of Larkin.
Damn it all! I paid for that fish.
Son of a...
That means the golden rod is gone also.
Well,
Right.
come on. Some of these people must know which direction they went in. Let's
Yes, they're
ask
not going
around.
to tell us, are they? They might tell Jackson, but
But the trucks don't even mean anything right now, right? We gotta go overland. We gotta so.
Yeah, but if the stuff's gone, he must have loaded up a load of donkeys and headed off somewhere, or
oh, can we go by water and beat them to it?
it's 2 days overland.
Might be less by water.
It would be less by water, but it's still going to take quite some time to get there. But you could go by water, and it is a speedier way to get there. But it'll take a day's travel on water. You'd have to rent probably a bigger boat, something that you're not going to want to paddle the whole time, and make your way over there.
Do that then.
We'll do that. It seems the only option at this point because Larkin will have taken all of the viable donkeys, llamas, alpacas, and such like in town, and all that will be left will be like the old and infirm ones. We'll never catch up with them if they have a head start on us. But if we can get ahead of them by going by boat, that's clearly what we'll have to do. We'll have to make do with, well, I suppose, minimal provisions and what we're carrying.
Well, we can buy some provisions. That's not some food.
And
Just won't have all of the... And I've got 2 sticks of dynamite.
It's a start. Shall we go and try and acquire a boat? And Jackson, if you could go and get provisions.
I'll go with Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson will go. Just to give you guys an idea of the lake. So it's the largest lake in South America. It's over 100 miles long and up to 50 miles wide. So it is a very large lake that you're going to go over to get... But it is a fast way. It is a way to get ahead of Larkin if he's heading there as well. So you want to get some provisions? What do you guys want to pick up? Well, we won't do a shopping episode. We can figure that out afterwards. Shopping episode for the last 15 minutes, everybody.
Like 12 pitons, 50 foot of hempen rope.
You're not going to be able to find quite as much here as you could in Lima because this is a small town out in the middle of nowhere. Like rope and things like that, no problem. Dynamite? It's going to be tough. It's going to be a hard one to find some dynamite. You can find revolvers and rifles and things like that would be common because farmers and such would use that around here. Fishing gear, no problem.
I'll pick up fishing gear for sure.
Okay.
Give it a whirl.
Dynamite, huh? That's what Pete really wants, is dynamite.
I've already got some, so I'm okay.
You don't want any more?
Well, I'd love to get some more if we can. I was just, if we can't get any, then I've got a little bit. But I'll try.
Bear with me here. Silken rope with your credit. That's the thing. Their credit ratings are going to be able to cover whatever they need here. Even if it costs a little. Well, it's going to cost less because you're in the middle of nowhere.
But it's more about accessibility, isn't it?
Yeah,
whether
that's
or
it
not we've
exactly.
Got it. Not can we afford it.
Exactly.
Well, should we go and get a boat while they're getting provisions then? We're going to need something larger than these little skiffs.
Jeremy wants you to give you all of the dynamite in the world. Tell you what, I'm gonna
How many bits for that, Matt?
Yeah, right? I'm going to roll a D12. Pete's favorite die.
Yay!
You can acquire 7 more sticks of dynamite.
Boom.
It's a start.
Indeed.
Right, I'm putting on my couch sheet 9 sticks of dynamite.
If one of those sticks of dynamite should fall...
9 sticks of dynamite.
They're $2 a piece. It'll fall within your credit rating. Like, we don't even need to worry about money. All right.
How much damage do they do?
All the damage.
They do 4d10.
Oh!
How's that?
And skill is throw, so you're set, LC. You're just gonna throw it up in the air and hit it with your cricket bat, won't you? Once it's
Oh yes, that's exactly what I was gonna do.
All right, so you got 7 more sticks of dynamite. You're able to rent a boat, no problem. You can get a boat. That's not an issue whatsoever. You're in a fishing town. Boats are plentiful, and you're able to.
We're kind of going to have to try and get the biggest boat we can get our hands on, whatever the biggest thing they've got.
We're going to need a bigger boat.
We are going to need a bigger boat.
Yes, so you can rent a larger boat. The gentleman who owns it is going to drive it for you.
Excellent.
So you've acquired someone to take you across the lake to where you're headed. You're not going directly across, but you want to go over the lake and closer to where the ruins are. Once you get there, do you have a plan? Do you want pack animals to use on the other side?
Yes. We'd like some donkeys.
So you're gonna need an even bigger boat that will hold some donkeys along the way also.
I heard they swim though.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Is there a point on the other side where we stop to pick up donkeys?
no. On the other
Like
side,
a
there's
donkey
just gonna-
sanctuary and orangery
Donkey
on
mall.
the far side.
there's just farms, the odd farm.
We've been hearing donkeys everywhere we go. I mean,
I know.
They must be over there.
Aggressive donkeys everywhere.
We have a donkey sanctuary just down the road from my house, and one time I managed to convince a relative of mine that a baby donkey was called a donkling.
Oh God! Any donklings we can take with us?
Oh, there's an alpaca sound.
Oh,
That was an alpaca.
they're wild, dangerous jungle creatures. I don't want to be anywhere near them.
Ferocious alpaca.
Wool, though.
And milk.
But possibly also syphilis.
All right. So
Okay.
we're coming to the end of the episode here. So let's we can wrap up shopping after this. So we won't keep people here watching us do a shopping up. So we'll figure out what we need and we'll start next week on the lake on our way to our destination. I think that's a good place to leave off. So let's go ahead and do one more round table here. Pete.
Hello. Yes. Well, we have been doing some really cool stuff on the Discord with our patrons for our Traveller show, where all of our patrons from the $1 tier up all the way through can join in our world building and faction turns in the background. And just a massive shout out to the patrons who got really involved. We've got 4 factions and everyone is having so much fun. And then I opened up a channel for them all to do some diplomatic conversations together, and it was just brilliant, So big shout out to our patrons. Thank you. And come and check out our Patreon. All the wonderful people who support us and help us to do all of this. It's fantastic. So thank you very much. And I will pop a link in the chat. There we go.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yes, it's been very cool what's been playing out with that Traveller
Yeah.
game.
Matt, you barreled into the Duchy of Sudenica chat like, hey man, let's blow this place up.
Whoa, hey,
Just like-
don't tell the others my
the
secrets.
big
here.
cigar in your mouth and a machine gun. You're like, yeah,
Well,
I'm the Duke.
Well, we're the Space Russians, so we're a little bit more cunning. In
Well,
our
it's more like
approach.
Russian House Atreides, but yeah.
I'm sat there in the Minervan sacred realm, like the bloody Mimbari from Babylon 5 going, yeah.
Oh, don't complain. They made you a prophet. Come on.
Who's complaining?
Yes. I'm more of the,
Could have stayed in New Jersey if I wanted to make myself a prophet.
I'm the head of the KGB for
yes, yeah.
so that's my approach. We'll just leave
Okay.
it at that. All right.
That's cool.
Megan, what game is your family playing this weekend?
I think we'll play another round of Talisman, open up another box. But at the end of the month, we are heading into our Arkham Horror. We're opening up a new edition. So that'll be on for, I think, a couple of weeks because it's, I think, an additional 2 sessions. So it'll be very exciting. But other than that, guys, stay healthy, stay safe, and stay awesome. Really.
Yes, I agree. Jeff, sorry that we got hashtag Louis must live in the chat going on.
Yeah.
Hashtag Louis must die from who put that in there?
Oh, I don't know. That's
I don't know.
weird.
Who is this?
What kind of
freely
horrible
publishing
person would write
person?
that?
I don't know.
Jeff, what do you got going on the rest of this week?
I think we're playing Friday. I think we're gonna play some more zombie games. We've been messing around with the Deader Coven from Diogo Nogueira, and then Monday we're back on Free League Publishing, playing Things from the Flood, and then sometime next week we're playing Delta Green. So it'll be great.
That's right. That's right. Ben, what do you got going on the rest of this week?
Rest of this week, looks like Thursday. I've got the day off now. So I'm just going to sit in chat and be disruptive while you guys are trying to do diplomacy. Then the following week, I'll do my dodgy dealings. Friday, we've got session 1 of Spire, Bedlam Hill, which is going to be loads of fun. It's a beautiful game, really atmospheric, great artwork, really simple system, loads to get stuck into. So we're really looking forward to that. And I'm going to be playing board games with my children as well, because
What are you
Megan
playing?
has inspired me. We've been playing Villainous,
Mm.
which is an interesting one because you've all got your own game board and you've all got your own little game that you're playing, and you can interfere with other people's games with cards and stuff. And everybody's trying to win their own game. It's kind of cool. And we've been playing King Domino and Queen Domino quite a lot. Those are kind of cool.
Very cool. I need to get some board games going on in my life. I have shelves of them behind me, and I need to play some. But I need to play solo games because it's hard to convince my wife to play board games with me sometimes. That's
I know how you feel.
Thank you.
And what are you up to, Matt?
You can find me here on this channel once again on Thursday in Traveler. I will be playing my Vargas, my Wolfman, famous Galaxian actor.
Mark Wolfberg?
Yes, I am I'm the most famous actor in the galaxy. So let's see what kind of trouble myself and Jeff's character get into. And you can also find me Sunday nights on the Free League Twitch channel, where I am running Forbidden Lands, the Dark of Hot Springs Island, and that's at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. So more of a North American friendly time for that one, but it's on YouTube as well, and it's been going quite well. So that is it for me. That is it for the channel tonight. So thank you everybody who joined us. We appreciate you coming by and joining us every week. We have people who are returning and enjoying the show. We have people who are enjoying it on YouTube, and we have people enjoying it in podcast form. So thank you to everybody, and I want to shout out to all of you who, no matter what platform you're consuming this on, thank you very much for the support. We're having a lot of fun. And this is just the beginning. We're still in the prologue, folks. We're gonna get through this monster adventure, even if it takes us 2 years. And special thank you to Chaosium for the giveaway copies of the starter set, and to Sirenscape for enhancing our audio experience. With that, everybody, have a great night, and we'll see you on Thursday.